Alright, so welcome to page 2 of the review. Again, I'm not going to be just circling any answers, so if you're not listening, you're not going to get a lot out of this. If you're listening, I'm going to kind of explain every problem. So, if you'll remember here, the small boxes are 1s, the longer rectangles are x's, and then the bigger boxes are x squared, which we don't have in this problem. So we just write down what this is. If it's filled in, it's negative. If it's open, it's positive. So that's 2 negative 1s, 1 positive 1, and 2 negative x's. So it would be negative 2 plus 1 minus 2x. All right, and then next one, true or false in the following sentence. The underlined phrase is the independent quantity. So remember, the independent happens first. So how tired I am depends on how much sleep I got. So the first thing that happens is the sleep. So that would be the independent, and the tired would be the dependent. So that one would be false. So we're going to use this table for 12 and 13. So what is the rule for the data in the table? Well, there's a couple ways we could do this. Pardon me. We could just plug all these into Y1 in our calculator and just see which ones fit. So we could go Y1 and just do 7x and go into our table and see if that's right. So 0, negative 6, that's not right. And we could do every one of them. That's one thing you could do. Or you could at least figure out the slope. So delta x here is 1. Delta x here is 1. So these are going up by 1. And these are going up by 7. So delta y over delta x is our slope. That's 7 over 1, which equals 7. So which one of these has a slope of 7? So that will let us mark these two out. And then we need a y-intercept of negative 6. So if I go, when x is 0, y is negative 6. Okay, so that's it. Otherwise, it would be 0, 0. So the answer for this one is going to be B. Another ordered pair that would fit the rule in the table above is, so we figured out which one it is. So we would take this value and put it into that rule. So what we could do, if you didn't want to do it by hand, is go into Y1 and do our 7x minus 6 and go into our table and see if any of those are on there. 4, 22, so that one's not on there. 10, 6, no. 8 and 7, no. So 5 and 29 must be. 5 and 29. The other way you could do it is just do it by hand. Of course, you could do 7 times 5 minus 6 would be 35, minus 6 would be 29. But since we got the calculator, just go ahead and plug it in. It's okay. Alright, so now the next one. Mark is counting the number of bacteria that are in a lab dish for a science experiment. He found that the number of bacteria doubles every hour. So is that a constant rate of change? So you'd think so because it doubled every hour, but if we draw this, at 1 hour he has 1, let's say he has 1, then at 2 hours he's going to have 2, but at 3 hours it doubles from that, it's going to be 4. At 4 hours it's going to double from that, it's going to be 8, and then it's going to double again. So that is not linear, that is in the shape, in a different shape, not linear. Which equation will be, when graphed, will be in the increasing line? So if you remember our positive slopes, go like that, and our negative slopes go like that. So positive would be an increasing line. Negative would be a decreasing line. So there's only one of those that are positive. So you would choose that one, which is the 2x plus 3. If you didn't remember that, you could still go into the calculator and just plug that in. So into y1, so go negative 3x, and graph it, and that's going down. So graph the next one, 2x plus 3, and that's going up. So you could just type them right in if you needed to. So the answer for that one is B. And last one on the side, solve for x. So this is x minus 3 equals 27. So the opposite of minus 3 is, I really hope we can do this by now, plus 3 on both sides. So 27 plus 3 is 30. So x would be 30. So which equation below will have a graph that is parallel to the graph of y equals 7x minus 2? So remember, parallel has the same exact slope. So you're looking for the one down here that has the same exact slope. So slope is, again, what's in front of the x, right? So this is slope. So it's the same exact one as that. So which of the following graphs represents a trend line? Which of the following graphs shows a trend line that best represents the data? So we're looking for the line that fits these dots the best. So that one doesn't have a very good slope. The angle's wrong. This one has a good slope, but it doesn't go through the middle of them. The y-intercept is a little bit wrong. Let's see if there's a better one. This one, that curve, it's above it here and below it there. That's pretty off. And this one runs right down the middle. So the correct one for that is D. So if we simplify this one, you go we distribute. So that would be 8 times 2 is 16x. 8 times negative 1 is 8. Then plus 6x. So we combine our x's. So 16 plus 6 is 22. And there's only one choice then that works out. And then this one is, you would combine your not x's. There's only one in this case, so it would be the 22x minus 8. All right, so that's it for this video.